I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them trying to sabotage my program. I would not put it past them because I've been talking about this for years and now I can't get a reliable internet service on my phone. And I'm a GT&T customer 15 years now. Well, whatever they name now, they will name One Communication. You should have named One Scon Communication. That's what they should have named. Can't get a break with them. You wake up in a good mood and you're planning something, you hit the nail about putting on weight. Forget to mention stress according to... I resigned from my job to start a business and now I got a set back because of what happened 1 month ago. So businesses go. Yeah, so businesses go. You don't become an entrepreneur in your fucking 60s. You gotta be an entrepreneur for life. Since I small, I want to do business. I always want to do business. I always want to make money. It's risk you gotta take. You don't think I'm going to just do business just so. Broadcast it live on YouTube. I there live right now. Let me see if I get a fucking sugar spike with these degenerates. What you doing here, Scott? Me eat nothing last night. Right, this is the last 24 hours. What you going here? Me sugar like a rocky road. Jesus Christ. There's 111. You imagine a tiny communication company could fuck up your mood? But they're so deceptive, man, you know? Like which company? AT&T is AT&T. Every minute they want to change your name, like name change and do something. Set up the communication sector properly, man. You understand? Right now they're selling off assets. Things where they get. Or government hand over to them with the intention of them doing a job for giving people things. You believe GT&T easy? You believe GT&T easy? GT&T used to charge $75 a minute for a call and $40 a minute when somebody call you. And Digicel had to come together for they change their wicked ways. You believe it's a little bit rob? GT&T rob Guyanese people? This is the hurtful thing. Really glad for telecommunication. They come and take over. And rip Guyanese people by. I remember paying $75 a minute, and when Digicel come, the thing got to $40 a minute. How you could cut your price by half? What expense you had? They were ripping Guyanese people off. I think GTG should be gotten rid of. You believe the easy I've been through with them is just that I won't jump. And it's my one number, I got 622-7740. You understand? They ain't easy. They put people through a lot in this country. I don't think this country has ever gotten from GT&T like how they rip this country. The amount of money where they take out of this country. So let me go to a circular that's being shared on social media. Maybe got a circular being shared on social media. National Public Opinion Survey. There's a National Public Opinion Survey, and here how it reads. I'm writing to inform you that the project development consultant PBC, a Guyanese research development and data management firm, will be conducting a comprehensive national public opinion survey from November the 30th to December the 13th. As part of the nationwide effort, our team will also be in Lethem during this period. The survey is part of a large study covering all 10 administrative regions of Guyana. It aims to gather citizens' perspective on various issues of national importance, including perception of international relations. Harbajan.
Morning.
Talk to me.
Since Saturday night, my community is out of internet. People calling 48-hour long gone. No internet. Today, Tuesday, how can you do any business here? My business depends on the internet. Other people depend on doing classes online. It's a total mess.
What's your internet service provider in the community there?
Fiber.
GT&T?
Yeah, GT&T fiber. I'm paying $15,000 a month, and I'm sure other people paying.
Have you guys have reported it, right?
Yeah. I reported it since Sunday morning. Early, other people come and we call, and same 6 and 4 we at 48-hour long gone.
Oh God, help us with this. One-scon communication.
Now imagine the court. I sure the court system work with Zoom. You having people doing online classes. I know that for sure. And then whatever business come with internet service, and and this is where we at.
I hear you, and I hope they hear you. I think GT&T doesn't fucking care. They've been ripping Guyanese off so long, they don't care. I know some GT&T. Well, I can't say no everybody, but they got some like call and get things done, and they got some banners that they had at GT&T. I don't know what they fucking do, but I never get them to do anything. You understand? The people that they had, I think that's just a total waste of fucking time. Straight up. I see them all about the place, walking all about the place, can't get shit done.
If you owe them a few dollars, you get cut off in seconds, right? And they will knock you out for a couple of days, and we don't not even give you a deduction or on the bill, but you have to pay up straight. Now I'm gonna advocate that this is the second time within 6 weeks this happened. Where can you do? I mean, you get used to the internet. Kids are doing assignment. I mean, where is the 48 hours that
we gotta start pushing for e-networks. We gotta start pushing for e-networks take over the telecommunication sector. Not to say they're without shortcomings, but they got a better responsive time and all them things. We gotta start pushing for e-networks take over the communication sector.
So, I see the Vice President say about engage Elon Musk or Tesla. Maybe we should go that direction.
No. We can get coverage just now for Starlink, but you got promote. We're promoting Elon Musk, and we got local people here. E-networks. E-networks is local, 100% local. You understand?
Yeah, maybe with a better customer service. I mean, we have to do something about this, man. This is not unacceptable. Even if you got to apply for a passport or you got to do anything for ministry, you go online.
Because when we brought in GT&T, a foreign, mostly foreign company, when we brought in GT&T, the thing was to bring what overseas had here. When we gave them all these concessions and these kind of things, was to have what they have over there. I telling you, this is beer scum. They just came, ripped this country off. You understand? Now they're selling out assets left, right, and center. And everything is okay with them. GT&T has been, for the most part, a nightmare for this country.
I hope they're listening. To the
I don't even give a fuck if they're listening, because they don't put me from Iran.
I spoke to a rep in Georgia yesterday.
No, my God. Me and getting me. I up on the plane coming back. buying credit getting a problem. Next thing they gonna tell me, after I gone through a set of different phases on the phone, then they gonna tell me, cellular works from 8 to 7 to 8 or something like that. So cellular customer service work from 7 to 8. They got a time to walk in and me fucking phone ringing all the time. Or me phone, they expect for get take money from me phone 12 o'clock in the night or 1 o'clock in the morning and their customer service ain't working. You understand? There's a cake shop operation they're running there. Yeah. And that's why they've been. Listen to me. These people, GT&T like a fucking can operation. GT&T operates like a can operation. Changing a name steady. You understand? Every minute, I don't know what a change. Rebranding.
Because they're rebranding the name all the time.
Yeah, because they fuck up so much. We talk. See. It's like a can, you know. I come, you say, I cut me here and I change my name. Stick to one thing and build one thing. Starlink. Am I reaching? Huh? Yes. Nice. So telling y'all, I'm reading this thing here for y'all. This consultancy thing. Let me read. Should have put it up on the computer. I'm writing, the survey is a part of a large study covering all 10 administrative regions of Guyana. It aims to gather citizens' perspective on various issues of national importance, including perception of international relations, media consumption patterns, and views on domestic patterns. PDC data collectors will visit random selected households in both urban and rural areas of the country to conduct face-to-face interviews with residents age 18 and over using electronic tablets. The survey takes approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Guyanese ain't got them fucking time now to complete. In addition, particularly and completely vulnerable and all participation is completely voluntary and all individual responses will be kept strictly confidential. We greatly appreciate your support as we undertake this important national study. The data collection will provide valuable insight to policymakers, researchers, and other stakeholders working to build a more prosperous Guyana. Please do not hesitate to contact me directly at telephone number if you have any questions or would like additional information about the survey. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. So the survey, the person who's holding the survey, 693-3741. No. 639-3741. 639-3741. Let's connect to my phone. So the people with the survey couldn't have the phone. They're holding a national survey.
Morning.
Hi, good morning, sir. The name is Mikhail Rodrigues. I'm following up with this missive that the survey. Just trying to get a better understanding about the survey, how it works, and what's the intent. I read the letter.
Yes, Michael. So, Michael Rodrigues from... Sorry.
Daybreak News.
No. No comments at this time. Outside from the fact that the information is definitely not accurate.
The information in the letter that was issued?
Yeah, definitely. But we'll respond. The company will respond accordingly.
And who's paying the company? Any idea who paying the company? Would you like to?
So first of all, no comments to be made. But once you make the official response, you can use that, or we can be in touch there.
Okay, no. Once you make an official response, we will work with that.
Yes, appreciate it. And how did you receive my contact? By any chance?
In the letter, the bottom of the letter, the contact information.
Is that so?
Yeah.
It has a cell number?
Cell number, this number that I have here right now.
Okay, so I saw a post on the Facebook page, but is there an actual letter from the company that's also being circulated now?
Well, the letter that I have in my possession would have been a letter addressed to Macedo, the mayor of Lethem.
Yes. Okay. Yes, so that letter was addressed to the mayor because we have persons in there doing work, so we just thought it was courtesy to let the people know. But
so that letter is legit.
Yeah,
because I read it out to the public. I made a public awareness. That's why I just called to follow up to find out about.
Yeah, so that is and it has my name at the bottom, right? And as contact number for me.
Let me make sure we get the right information. So the bottom is Griffith, yeah. Lead field work specialist, yeah.
Correct. So that is an official letter from us as it is addressed to Region 9 Chairman, because when we go to a far area, we like to let the people in charge know we're there. So that's an official letter, that's correct. But there's a letter going around, I think on NCN, and then reposted by PPP and all kinds of things, and that is the one we have some concerns with. Okay.
No, well, this is a statement. They made a statement to suggest that this operation doesn't have anything to do with government, because I read out your letter here, and it says the survey is part of a large study covering all 10 regions, national importance. Obviously, national importance, government would have to know about it, including perceptions of, you see these terms, perceptions of international relations in Region 9. The Amerindian people, you ask them media consumption patterns and views on domestic matters,
Yeah.
So
that's official. That's an official letter.
So
I can let you know that.
The warden, my concern was the warden, because how do you conduct a survey in Region 9? Well, I would want to think that would cover the context of the survey, but the letter was fashioned in the way because of the bureaucracy of dealing with the mayor and whatever to explain. Yeah. But when I relaying things to people in the public, I would use a little more simpler terms so they understand. Well, we try to understand. We try to understand what news agencies you just look at and all them thing now. But I think what government concern is if it's international, we talk about international and regional relations. If it's so, government should have been aware of it, and government is saying they're not aware of this. And who hired the firm? So government. So what time?
I now realize who I'm talking to. Michael, you can't use Michael. You gotta use Critics.
No. It's Michael Rodrigues is my right name. If we can do things formally.
Yeah. But I have to box the brain to understand. So it's good to hear from you, sir. I haven't seen you in a little while.
So how soon we can get a statement?
Today.
Please let it include who are the persons financing this project and so on, because government is saying not them.
Yeah. So today we'll have a statement on the matter by God's grace. I'm waiting that from my seniors.
Okay.
But so just like any public opinion poll, you find out what people think about the various things, the topic, and you want it to be representative. So you go across the country and you hear from people what their opinions are, what they perceive on various matters.
Well, my concern as some bit of a political analyst now, and I think I'm due the honors of that even if I want to forge myself into that field because of my experience. My concern is who is behind this, and if government doesn't know of a massive, all 10 regions of such a massive thing, because For instance, we are being continually infiltrated. There's a geopolitical game being played out here. The fight of the Americans' interests here. The French are trying to get in. The Chinese are already here. How is the geopolitics playing out? And this specific, this data that is being asked, data that would help you understand the structure of a society, and data would help, different data that would help you to understand how to access a society or how they're thinking is two different forms of data. And then what would be intriguing is to find out who is financing this to give us a better understanding of what their interests are. You understand? If it's a non-governmental funding agency, they're looking at, well, here, how do we finance these organizations? If it's a median entity want to come into the country and make way, you calculate, well, here, they're calculating where our views would be. But if it's a political organization like the PNC or the AFC or financiers of them, you right away see where this is going.
Yes.
So, we're looking forward to the statement.
Good man.
Roger.
So I got to get you back on the same number?
Same number, 622-7740, the most known number in the country.
Well, it's now known to me.
Roger. Store it. A lot of people just store this number in their phone, that in case I call, I calculate right away. Hey, Critic, we notice you, buddy. Roger, buddy.
Good, have a good one.
Safe. Cool. So, for clarity, viewers, there's a survey being conducted. Government is saying they don't know about the survey. And now the individual spoke is saying, well, you know, they're going to issue a statement. And I read the letter that was sent to so this is government's take on it. The government, Guyana, has taken note of a letter being circulated by a firm called Project Development Consultant, which claims to be conducting a national public opinion survey during the period November 30th to December 13th. It has been brought to the government's attention that the enumerators of this survey are misrepresenting the nature and the activity, creating the false impression that the activity has come from an official endorsement. Now, if you listen to the survey document and they send it to the mail, you can't send something to the mail speaking with a level of authority and not expect the mayor to assume that it's coming from the authorities. You understand? You got a detail in your letter. Now, listen to the letter. Again, in your letter, there has to be, now, let me tell you. So the letter states, let me show you the top of the letter. Reference the National Public Opinion Survey. You can't use the term national in a country and it is not assumed by the recipient of the document that you're issuing that government is involved. National Public Opinion Survey. You could do a public opinion survey that you go across. You could go every corner of this country and do a public opinion survey. When you say national, it implies, as Joseph is saying, it implies authority. Right? So I'm glad in the project development consultant and their office is at 205 Charlotte Street, Lazy Town. And it seems that the individual knows me. I am writing to inform you that Project Development, a Guyanese research development and data management firm, will be conducting a comprehensive national public opinion survey, a comprehensive national public opinion survey. National public opinion survey. When you use these terms, it indicates or suggests in the realm of this discussion that this is public and it's national and government has something to do with it. Right? The government is saying they have nothing to do with this. When you gonna go and sit down and talk to citizens, people of all walks of life, for 15 to 20 minutes having a survey with them? You understand? There's more talk than people talk to people with a fucking election campaign. Where's your program? Who hire you? You understand? If government ain't want to know so much about people, government don't sit down 15, 20 minutes for ask people, talk to people, for giving 100,000, get 100,000, 5 minutes flat. Quick to talk to you and think I get $100,000. Who are these people? What is the program? Why now? Those are questions has to be asked, right? The survey is part of a larger study covering all 10 regions of Guyana. It aims to bear in mind this letter was conveyed to the mayor of Lethem. This specific letter that I'm reading. So this is on a level of authority. Because if you're doing a survey, you go and do a survey. You'd send a letter saying that you have people in the area doing a survey. But not wording a letter to stamp some level of authority like you were sent here. And that's what the government is looking and taking umbrage to. The survey is a part important, including it aims to gather citizens' perspective on various issues of national importance. Will they be recording people? Will they be recording citizens' perspectives on national issues? National issues of national importance, including perspectives of international relations. They want to know what people think about international relations, media, consumption patterns, and views on domestic matters. This is integral, this is touchy thing. This is like you asking people about the man and wife story. Because in terms, I could ask you about your political affiliations or what you think. I could ask you about the government. We greatly appreciate your support as we undertake this important national study. The data collected will provide valuable insight for policymakers. Which fucking policymakers? If the government said they know, the only policymakers that exist are the government and opposition policymakers. So which policymakers if the government said they know about this? Researchers and other stakeholders working to build a more prosperous nation. Which policymakers, which researchers, and which stakeholders building this country? Government is saying it's not them. Right? So again, not to beat up on them, we wait. The survey is part of a larger 10 region. PAB data collectors will visit randomly selected households in both urban and rural areas of the country to conduct face-to-face interviews with residents aged 18 and above using electronic tablets. The survey takes approximately 15 to 20 minutes to complete. In addition, participation is completely voluntary and all individual responses will be kept strictly confidential. Government is saying, on the other hand, after seeing this, government is saying, this is the government statement. No, that letter, that's not a statement. That letter was issued to the mayor of Lethem for him to know that these people are coming and conduct the survey. The letter conveys a message that is to some level deceptive because it conveys a level of authority that was not given by government. It subtly suggests the involvement of all when it says policymakers. The only effective policymakers and the opposition could make recommendations and write policies and even vote for things. They table laws and everything else that they would like change, and if supported by the government, it goes through. But the only policymakers they are in this country, the government policymakers, effective policymakers. Amongst the opposition, there are policymakers. That's why one has to ask, who are you speaking about, opposition or government. But it is the conveyance of deception or the deceptiveness in the conveyance of this message. Right? So let me tell you government's opinion. The government of Guyana have taken note of a letter being circulated by a firm called Project Development Consultant, which claims to be conducting a national public opinion survey during the period November 30th to December 13th. It has been brought to the government's attention that the enumerators of this survey are misrepresenting the nature of the activity and creating the false impression that the activity has some form of official endorsement. Please be informed that this survey is not being conducted on behalf of the government of Guyana. It is not sanctioned by any official agency. Participation is not required for any national or official purposes and is not mandatory. In this regard, members of the public are advised to exercise appropriate caution should they receive a visit or be contacted by persons affiliated with this survey. It must be noted that any programs and initiatives being conducted on behalf of the government of Guyana will be sufficiently communicated to the public through appropriate government agencies and media. Now, the person that I spoke to, who is the, by the way, who I just spoke to, who is the lead field specialist, Joshua Griffith, and Mr. Joshua Griffith, he has conveyed that this letter is legit that was sent to the mayor. The government is suggesting that it's not mandatory. They're not disputing that they exist. They're not disputing the fact that surveys could be conducted. What they're saying, government has nothing to do with it. Right? Because again, the letter, its wording has been suggested by the government to be somewhat deceptive. Right? So Mr. Griffin has suggested that there will be a statement that will be given. We all heard that. And let me call the mayor of Lethem. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yes, first of all, the name itself is misleading. Project Development such and such. It makes you feel like this is a consulting company for projects that are being done. So right away the name alone is misleading, and with the implied authority, this letter tries to put forward, you would think that this is a thing being done by a sanctioned agency through the government.
And the government said no such agency.
On. That's right. And you the country has to be wary, because you had companies like Cambridge Analytica and all these other companies that were able to sway elections and sway the people based on cultural norms and views and things of that nature. That's what this sounds like to me, is another rebranding of this Cambridge Analytica thing. And if you actually...
So GT&T at it again. I ain't gonna lose my cool this trip. I got roll out just now to head to get to the court. So that is in relation to the letter. Let me call the mayor. Yeah. So we're going to call the mayor of Latham and get his take.
Hello?
Hi, good morning, Mayor Macedo.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Michael Rodrigues here. So
I know, sir.
I have you on my morning live, and
No.
my main interest, no, and surreptitious, none of business. This letter, I'm trying to get an understanding with this letter that was given to you. You know what I'm about? This letter with this consultant. Government has issued a statement suggesting that they have nothing to do with it. What's the impression when you get this letter first? You know what letter I'm talking about?
Mr. Critics, good morning again.
Uh-huh.
I was approached by two persons, a male and a female,
Uh-huh.
said they were doing a survey.
Mm-hmm.
But in their opening remarks to me, they said they sometimes work for the government or sometimes private people.
Okay.
So I asked them, in this circumstances, who are you working for?
Yeah.
They were unable to tell me. And I said to them, well, when you can determine who you are working for, then you can return to me for an interview. And they said they will ask the head office to send me a letter informing me about it.
Mm-hmm.
But head office did send a letter to me saying the same thing that they said. And there's no conclusive decision who they're working for.
Beautiful. Understood.
That's all I know about it.
I just wanted to get your opinion on that. Thank you very much, Mayor Macedo. So it's basically how they first try to portray themselves like if it was government.
No, they didn't say it's the government. They say sometimes they work for government, sometimes they work for private individuals.
Okay. Roger
So
that.
I called the number on the letter, and I asked them who were they providing this study for, and they said for international investors. And
Roger
that's
that.
my last.
Roger that. Thank you, Mayor Macedo. Thanks. So you heard from the mayor who got that letter, but this is something they work for government. Were you telling people what's the impression you're trying to create? There's a deceptiveness in the conveyance of this message. And the mayor said that they had told him when he called that is international investors. Who the international investors? Exxon are international investors in this country. And they're heavily invested in Nigel Hughes. You know, I don't know. The discussion of who's doing it. We can't have that is why it becomes very worrying. Whatever networks work in a local company, but asks who name the company is registered in. According to no minister or staff should not be private company invested in shares. I'll give you an update after lunch. I'm going to court, and when I'm done, I'm going to know what time we get into. Yeah, hey. Hey, morning, bro. I had an intercourt. When I'm done, I'll give you a call. Let me head off. So, yeah. Government is saying they know nothing but this thing. And we need to circulate this. We need to, let me get this thing right. Please post the government statement were put up there for us on this letter, not a letter, the government statement, suggesting that they don't know anything about the survey. They want to get that message out there. And the survey letter, I don't need to post the survey letter because the survey letter is directly specific people. They don't want to advertise the survey. They just want to make people aware that it was going on. The mayor said he know nothing about it. Mayor let him say he knows nothing about it, and he, you know. So that clear up though. Government is saying they have no part and parcel with that. Guys, I think we've covered our issues for the morning. And y'all might get some snow, so nice for cool for the, yeah. So the conflict of interest by Nigel Hughes as a result of his work for ExxonMobil has not been addressed. And you got a big company. If I did run an ExxonMobil, I would have done the same thing. I'll try to infiltrate and make sure I'm going to be here for the next 20, 30 years. We got to start planning who's going to be in power. You understand? Obviously, a man like Jagdew wouldn't just give up and give in. Right? Exxon had a nice favorable run when they had AP and you sign a lopsided contract, a lopsided deal. When a man like Jagdew come now, spin the thing, figure out how to create a local content policy for get more money out of them, it creates some bit of a discomfort. You understand? So people ain't really watching the geopolitics of this thing. People are not understanding what's going on. And the main fact that you accept that Nigel Hughes could work for ExxonMobil. You see, the work for ExxonMobil is not the problem. The contention is the connection, the ability to get finances from ExxonMobil that is not questioned. Because Exxon could say they pay him $100 million for just say 2 words. You understand? Exxon is effectively with Nigel Hughes. Exxon is effectively in politics in Guyana. That is what has to be looked at. Exxon is effectively playing politics in Guyana with their direct association. Exxon listens to people. When the Americans fingered the Mohammeds, Exxon got rid of them. When the Americans fingered the Mohammeds, the Exxons got rid of them. From the conglomerate that was formed for the shore-based facility. How when the government again is saying, man, how could you have, there's a conflict of interest with Nigel Hughes. Because Exxon can't show reason for association with Arbery North. Now, Arbery North is a politician, not a good one at it, but he doesn't have any professional qualities that Exxon could rely on. Nigel Hughes is a lawyer who has political aspirations. And Nigel Hughes has known to do good work for Exxon. So they could rely on a relationship there. Now you got to watch it how this infiltration works for Guyanese. Because if Nigel Hughes is a plant by Exxon, and this is a deceptive plot, if you're going through all of this, now, it is not hard for Nigel Hughes to give up everything to Exxon. Nigel Hughes is in bed with Exxon and has chosen to stay in bed with Exxon. How does the relationship with a private company like ExxonMobil trump national interests and the interest in you seeing a better country and a better nation for your people? It is because the relationship with Exxon is more valuable. And his interest in politics is really being narrated by ExxonMobil. That is the discussion that has to be had. Subtly, then you have these nice looking surveys and them thing ain't adding up. You gotta put the pieces together. Here, I left something with y'all to think about. Peace out. Keep it real.